Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a long, draining, and annoyingly realistic game. It takes forever to do anything in it, from combat, fast traveling, regular traveling, main and side quests. Its combat can be really grating at times. And now that my grievances are out of the way, can I just say how much I love this game? It's masterfully done and near perfectly executed. Practically every aspect of the game is great. Outside of the few issues I started with, I struggle to think of many proper criticisms for KCD2. So this video is just going to boil down to me glazing the hell out of this game. Starting with the world itself, it is so wonderfully realized. The historical setting is so detailed and in-depth that even if you're not into history, it'll make you interested. The towns feel full of life, and in my Fable review, I mentioned how it's somewhat rare for games to get a feeling of a town that feels alive right. This is one of those games, but turned up to 10. The people of these towns have genuine schedules, lives, and habits. Locking their doors at night, changing into nightwear, then waking up at the crack of dawn to start their day. Especially Qouteberg. Oh my god, Qouteberg is one of the best video game cities ever made. New Reno from Fallout 2. Night City from Cyberpunk 2077. New Vegas from, well, New Vegas. Qouteberg stands among them and stands proudly. From the armorers to the blacksmiths, the tailors to the taverns. It is just so brilliantly done. Coming back from a quest to sleep the night away in Emperor Charles Tavern, before which you'd be walking through the city with a fading daylight and entering the busy tavern with music playing and people talking. Maybe you decide to head back out to sell some stuff before the shops close. Heading out, you pull out your torch and pass by two drunkards having a brawl. Your feet pushing into the dirt and mud as you walk and pass by guards who greet you. This game nails its immersion with its cities and towns alone. And when it comes to immersion, the game is on a whole other level. Usually realism can be annoying, grating in some games. There's a quote from Gabe Newell about realism. I have never thought to myself that realism is fun. I go to play games to have fun. The full quote implying that realism shouldn't affect game design. I'll link the full article in the description below. And I agree for the most part. Games shouldn't care about being realistic if it gets in the way of having fun. But with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, somehow, some way, they got it right. The realism, like I said, can be grating at times, a bit annoying to get hungry every few minutes, but it helps you really get immersed in the game and what's happening around you. When you finally have a helmet with a visor that you can lower, seeing the overlay that blocks part of your vision, and the sound of chainmail swishing around, the armor clanking together, it gives me actual chills. The heavy breathing upon losing stamina, the way NPCs react to you, especially if you haven't bathed in a while or are fresh out of a fight. It just works. I'm legitimately having trouble understanding exactly why it works, but all the pieces moving together make it so that realism most of the time doesn't bog the game down. Then there's the gameplay. It legitimately feels amazing. The combat is a decent deal better than the first game's combat. It feels harsh, but the majority of the time it comes down to your personal skill. The only issue I have with it is that Master Strike makes 1v1s trivial and near impossible to lose if you're patient. But when it comes down to 2-on-1 or more on 1, that's when it gets your heart pumping. Popping potions you brewed up yourself right before a fight. Then maneuvering to stay in an advantageous position. If they have an archer you can't get to yet, position yourself so his buddy is in between you and him. If you're inside, try to funnel the enemies through a narrow gap, like a door or hallway. I could honestly go on and on about the combat, but I don't want to be here forever. But the other parts of gameplay are great as well. Riding a horse through the long stretches of open wilderness, getting yourself bathed and cleaned. The blacksmithing is actually addictive. One of the best minigames I've ever played. And the alchemy, to be honest, alchemy is one of the only things I prefer from the first game's take on more. The quests are great as well. From clearing out poachers to going to a graveyard and arranging bones into pyramids. The quests are varied, fun, and gripping. I don't think there were many quests I disliked, and the main story is just excellent. It really starts you from nothing, from genuine scraps and with little help. I was actually praying for roadside ambushes to happen so I could hopefully kill the bandits and get some actual weapons and armor. The choices you can and have to make really left me wondering what would have happened if I chose differently. And it makes it hard to know which choice is the right one. There was a moment where I made the wrong call, the wrong choice, and it ended up with a lot of dead, innocent people. I still think about it. I still regret it. And I tried to make up for it through the rest of my playthrough. The payoffs throughout the story are great. Tying up old loose ends from the first game feels satisfying as hell. The stakes feel real and genuinely make you feel invested in every part of the story. Also, regarding the cutscenes, there wasn't a single bad cutscene. Every single one was amazing and entertaining. I played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because at the time I had a very strong itch for medieval-related stuff, which was spurred on by the combat sport Boher, where people dress in full armor and fight with real but dulled weapons, and it scratched that itch perfectly. KCD 2 is something that if you can, you should play. A truly wonderful and genuinely amazing experience. Third video in a few days. I played KCD 2 back in December of last year, and I had a lot of fun with it. I'm really enjoying making these videos, even if they're only seen by a few people. Mainly just my friends and a few randoms that thankfully click on my stupid little reviews. Thank you all, genuinely. As always, the link for the backlog reviews will be in the comments below. And have a nice day.